What the hell are we saying?
It doesn't matter. We're here at AMC with Mi Familia.
One last ride.
One more. This is the final ride.
Every ride was the last ride.
Here at AMC Town Square.
Every movie.
With Chasing Cinema.
.com. James Hsu, how are you, good sir?
I'm fired up. We got Vin Diesel's jokes going, so that's awesome.
Yeah, we're just cracking up on Vin Diesel.
All right, we got Goosebumps.
Yes.
We got
Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak with Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, and Guillermo del Toro.
And then now we're gonna be talking about for this one,
Bridge of Spies, the new
Tom
Steven
Hanks.
Spielberg movie, which, though I have seen advertised quite a lot, not many people know about this movie, which is quite shocking. You get someone like Steven Spielberg, one of the most notarized directors of all time, plus Tom Hanks, one of the most popular actors of all time, especially now, where he's just kind of making this huge comeback, being really cool with the kids and all that stuff. To collaborating once again.
that Carly Rae Jepsen video.
Yeah, the Carly Jepsen video.
With Jay Bieber.
That slam poetry about Full House.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing a lot of cool different stuff, and I really respect for that because
you gotta do different things to stay relevant, man.
And he's really, really funny. He's on Jimmy. I believe he was on Jimmy Fallon. I don't know if it was tonight or last night, and he was great. You guys have to watch it. I don't want to spoil what they do, but go check it out. Where are we going with this? Oh, Bridge of Spies. So, I mean, the guys who did Saving Private Ryan together, you know, they're reuniting to do this movie. And I don't know much about it. I've only seen the trailer. I know it was based on actual events. I'm not too familiar with the events, so I kind of didn't do any research going into it. And I'm eager to see how this movie works. But I do know it's about kind of it's surrounding the Cold War. And it's going to be a very serious movie, so I'm interested in seeing it. Hopefully, this one is worth talking about later at the end of the year.
Well, for me, I have absolutely nothing I want to watch about this film. Nothing.
There's nothing you want to watch about it, or there's nothing you don't know about it?
There's nothing I want to watch about it.
Aren't you a big Steven Spielberg fan?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's it, huh?
E.T. was good, obviously, but I don't watch that over and over again.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Close Encounters.
No.
No?
I don't care for that.
You don't care for none of that. Saving Private Ryan?
No.
No?
No.
Do you like Saving Private Ryan?
No.
Wow, that's a shocker.
Schindler's List, right?
Schindler's List,
Yeah.
Schindler's List was such a depressing shoot. Steven Spielberg had every single tape of Seinfeld delivered to him so he could keep something to keep his cheer up. I don't know why I wanted to tell you that, but that's true.
Well, thank you, sir.
No problem.
So,
an educational
how long
thing.
is Bridge of Spies?
Bridge of Spies is clocking in about 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, right around there.
Right.
So it's a pretty lengthy movie, and you know, usually when you get a movie kind of surrounded about more of the politics around film, might not be the most upbeat, but I'm interested in seeing what this movie and how it evolves. So,
You ready?
let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's be maybe
spy?
you can be a spy in the theater.
Let's cross the bridge and find out.
Mi Familia!
Poor Vin Diesel.
This is the last video for tonight.
The last video. The last ride. One more ride.
Last one.
Always uncovering a car. One last ride.
We just got out of movies. I
Yes.
just got out of
Crimson Peak.
It's already on our YouTube channel.
Yes, you
so
can
you gotta
find them in the
see.
description
There's
box.
3 movies. You gotta see which one's the best one.
Yes,
I'm
there's
excited for you
Goosebumps,
to hear
Crimson
about
Peak,
all 3 of them.
And Bridge of Spies, which we're talking about right now.
Do I need to watch it?
Yes. I enjoyed Bridge of Spies. I just feel like this movie is very, very historical. It's a very talkative movie. Depending on how people enjoy pacing and things like that, this movie's not an action film. There's nothing really thrilling going on. I think it's a very well told story. I know this is kind of random, but I'll never forget it. My history teacher in high school always used to answer the question, how long does, every kid's like, how long does the essay have to be? He used to say, as long as a piece of string. And we'd be like, what does that mean? And he would say, it just needs to be as long as it needs to be. And I think a lot of people are going to criticize this movie for its length, because it is long, it does feel lengthy, but a master like Steven Spielberg knows what he's doing. And I think he does it right here. I think that it will separate audiences a little bit, because it is a very, it's a lot of political negotiation. It's, there's courtroom scenes, there's a lot of scenes negotiating things I don't want to just spoil right yet, but it is a very just talkative movie. But Tom Hanks is really good. There's a lot of character. There's a few, one in particular is the man who plays the spy that kind of sets this movie in motion. I can't remember his character's name off the top of my head. Rylance is the actor that plays him, and he is really, really good. But to give you guys some backstory, this movie is basically during the Cold War, and a man is caught is being accused of being a spy for the Soviet Union.
Snowden.
Not Snowden. But
Like that.
But they want to take this hard-earned American insurance lawyer, played by his name's
Tom
I believe
Hanks.
John Donovan, played by Tom Hanks, to give him a fair trial, to show everyone in the outside world that even if you are a spy and you're committing espionage, you're going to get due process, you're going to get a fair trial. And he quickly learns that even though he was chosen to make it look like he's giving this man a fair shot, and he's starting to uncover how wrong this case was attended to, that not everyone's going to be giving him a fair shot. And this kind of is the first half of the movie. This is a movie that you could break up into two parts, because watching the trailer, this is what I thought the movie was going to focus on. So, you know, his neighbors are hating him, and people are calling him out for betraying his company. Yeah, but he was honestly just doing what America stands for. He was representing what was written in the Constitution, what we stand for as a country. And it's pretty interesting, though. I don't mean to be offensive with this comment, but it's interesting that the same people who had that mentality, that are just like, oh, he's not American, you know, just hang him, put him to death, are kind of the same mentality that we still see now, just in a very different light. You know, a very different subject, but that conversation is still kind of the same. So I feel like this movie is definitely addressing that.
We really don't change in society. We really don't.
You know,
the things that we had problems in the 50s.
I would love to argue with that and argue and tell you you're wrong, but it's really hard to. And that's what's kind of sad, you know. I mean, the patterns definitely stay. They're patterns.
Yeah, we just changed the subject.
Yeah. So that's the first half of the movie, and I thought that was actually the movie in its entirety. But the movie actually goes into an American who is shot down, and I can't remember the plane type, but he's shot down in a spy plane in the Soviet Union. His name is Powers. And the movie ends up becoming the CIA recruiting Tom Hanks to now negotiate a trade with the Soviet Union for this American pilot, for that spy that he just offended. And that's where the movie kind of goes. So, I mean, this movie literally has Tom Hanks going and talking about the negotiations of trading spies. So if this isn't something that seems like it'd pique your interest, if you're not I mean, you don't have to be a historical buff, but I'm sure like history buffs would love this movie. People who love about government and politics will enjoy this movie, but it's definitely selecting an audience, and I think people who are familiar with this movie or have heard about it might go in and be like, okay, like this is interesting, but I could have just watched something, you know, a quick YouTube video that would have summed up these events. It's nothing that, it doesn't give you any real thrill. I mean, there's a few good moments in the movie, but I would never say that I was on the edge of my seat. But I was enjoying a good story from a great storyteller.
Sicario, you were on the edge of your seat.
Sicario is still hands down one of my favorite films of the year.
Hands up too.
Hands up. Put your hand up, and they stay there. But I love Sicario, and Sicario had a message, Sicario had a theme, and it is a very enticing thriller. This movie kind of does the opposite. It just lets you sit there and observe and take in all this information. And like I said, I mean, I'm no historical, you know, American history buff or anything.
You're not.
So I was unaware of the event, but it is a known event. You could look it up. I'm not, no. And I never learned about it in school, so hey, it's not my fault, right?
Hey,
sue the
that's why we got Steven Spielberg.
But Steven Spielberg, and you know what's so great is I think Steven Spielberg can literally just stick his hand in a hat and pick an event in history, and then make a movie about it. Either it be Lincoln or Saving Private Ryan or Schindler's List, whatever. The man could just tell a great story about it no matter what it is. But I think that if someone is looking for an exciting thriller, this isn't the movie for them. This is a movie that is a very meticulous, well-told story that is good, but isn't something that will make you excited or kind of like, whoo, we gotta talk about it. I mean, you might want to have a conversation about it because it is such an intellectual film, such a smart film, but it's not a movie that I think will end up on my favorite movies of the year list.
Do you think it will hit top 180 of the year?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. And last question, 1 through 1,000.
1 through 1,000.
You know, how many stars? One star to 1,000.
I think it would sit at a 737.
7, okay, so, okay.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's definitely over the middle area, and it's definitely going for the stars, but just a little bit short.
Okay.
You know? Not enough to be on like the 750.
You shoot for the moon, you still land on the stars.
Land on the stars. Oh, that was nice. I liked it. But Tom Hanks is great. Steven Spielberg is great. I've been seeing a lot more exciting and meaningful movies this year that have hit me a lot harder.
ChasingSanoma.com/
Bridge of Spies.
That way you can find out the full-on review written by
Myself.
Jacob Barr.
Toronto.
Tiranno, kind of like since we're done with Toronto, it's like a little bit like Toretto.
Mi familia. Because we'll be enjoying some Vin Diesel next week, as he's going to be playing a witch hunt, the last witch hunter. He's not even the first.
No, he's the last that has to take care of his familia.
Yes, the familia. You know, and he's gonna unveil his little buggy and horse and just be like, I'm gonna kill him.
This is for my family.
I wish I could do a great Vin Diesel, because I would use that voice all the time. But all you pretty much got to do is just gurgle.
We also got Paranormal Activity.
Yes.
Or as Vin Diesel would say, Familia, I am Groot.
Yeah, or I am Groot.
I am Groot.
We have Gem and the Holograms. We have Rock the Cash Bob, Bill Murray movie. So we have quite a different.
Gem and the Holograms. That's gonna be
based off an
hot
old
one.
Cartoon one. I don't know if we're even getting it here on time.
That's gonna be a hot one.
But you know, I'm interested. I'm interested in Paranormal, actually, and I know I've always kind of been lukewarm on every review that I've done with those movies, but I'm kind of interested in where it goes, because the last one ended in a quite interesting plot.
We've seen so many together. Why
I know,
not add another?
we're starting to lose pace. I wonder what the first one. I think the first one we saw together was 3.
Okay.
Probably, right? If we're on 7. There was a year we got 2. Last year was the first year we didn't get any. So, I don't know. We've seen a lot together.
Okay, and don't forget, guys, we already have the review for Jessica Chastain and Loki himself, Tom Hiddleston, and Del Toro's
Crimson Beak.
That's already online. And don't forget, we also have Goosebumps with Jack Biggity Black.
Biggity Black.
Already online.
Yes.
So all 3 films, see which one we like the best, see which ones were the worst, see which ones you don't need to see the ones you have to see right now.
Yes, and make sure to check out the written reviews of Bridge of Spies
on
and
ChasingCinema.com,
where our new rating system is out of 1,000.
Yeah, ChasingCinema.com. 1 out of 1,000.
1 out of 1,000
stars. We're gonna find out where it lands out of 1 out of 1,000.
Sir, it's always been fun, and I'm ready for next week.
All right, let's do it. And for those of us that don't know, that don't know this,
that Dom Toretto is going to go for one last ride.
and
oh, that's right. Chasing Cinema is the film lovers website.